Okay, so I'm doing some more weighting on here. I put the animation on here so I can kind of quickly tell what's what. And oh damn it all to hell! Add, and I'll add this back over here, and I'll go back to smooth, and I'll hit the upper one here. And sometimes I've got some better tricks for doing this. Let's see, I'll do all this stuff up in here. And I could spend a while weighting this and smoothing it out. Remember too, I haven't saved, so I'm really hoping I don't crash anytime soon. Matter of fact, I should save in a moment. I'm just going to do a little bit more. Always have to do just a little bit more. Okay, and hopefully, actually you can see a problem right down here. Some of this stuff is getting down to this lower one here, so I got to watch out for that. So I'm just going to go and check out that's the upper one. I'm going to check the lower one. The lower one is actually getting some of this action up here too. Now if you do replace and use a value of 0, or actually keep this up and turn my value to 0, I can remove it. Okay. And do I have anything funny here? I'm going to switch to that brush because this works better. Okay, so that lower eyelid no longer affects that area up there. This sometimes can be treacherous, okay, because when you replace, you're not really necessarily telling it where to go, and so I'm hoping it goes up here. Or I hope it goes to this joint here, and it looks like it does. But occasionally, this can get funky town. Okay, so I do this, and I check out this one here. I'm just going to see if I can remove this out of here. By the way, I chose this brush here because it doesn't have any feathering on the side, and it sometimes can be easier to use. Then I'll choose the feathering one, and I'm just going to go back here and I'm going to smooth this, and I can smooth it out. Sometimes when you smooth is like, I always say it's the devil. When I smooth this area, I gotta check when I go back to the lower eyelid. See, it's gone in, some of that smoothing went to the lower eyelid. Bastard! So then I gotta make sure that I go to the lower one here, and I gotta do that little switcheroo again. Replace with a value of 0. There, gone. And I'll just kind of test it out. This isn't too bad. The upper one, you can see some of the stuff missed. Switch to this lower one. I'm just gonna use add. And I'm just going to make my brush a bit smaller. Doesn't seem to get this area here for some reason, so I'm having trouble with those. I might just go to vertice. If I grab the vertices, I go under skin. There's this thing called the hammer. It used to be called the weight hammer. They changed the name to hammer skin weights. And that will average, oops, crap. It'll take the points and it'll try to average them out to the vertices around it. Okay, and that can be really handy. But let's go back here and okay, just going to take all this stuff and make sure that I'm using add, and I'll add this in. Why is that not picking up anything? Oh, because the value is sitting at 0. Yay! Okay, I could have used that. I didn't need to use the weight hammer. Okay, and then I picked up some other crap back here. Remember, if you undo, you do run the risk of crashing. I just undid just to test the powers that are against me. Okay. There. So that's all 100%. Again, I just kind of check this. You can see that thing back there. I'll go back to the lower edge in here and I'll just add that in. I always say that using the add tool is the safest way to paint weights. And that's the lower one. And sometimes, actually, let's try this. I'm going to come in from this side so I don't actually hit anything in the back at all. Okay, try not to do too much weighting in front of you because watching people weight is boring. No pun intended, nothing like that. Just waiting is boring. Or it can be. Maybe there are people out there who love it. They consider it some kind of strange art form. And right up here, you see that problem again? If I go in here and I grab that one vertice right there. Damn it, I missed. That one, right? Why is it selecting any other thing except for the one that I want? There, that one. And I'll go in here to skin, and I use the weight hammer. Poof. Grab that one, hit G, does the same thing. Yay! And even these ones right here. Maybe if I freaking hate this new... I don't like that stupid little plane. And G, weight hammer. Weight hammer. Okay, anyway, and I'll just test out my eyelids. Yay! Blah, 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 blah. And I'll call that good enough for now. I could probably do some more work to this, make it really nice and happy times, but that's good enough for me. And I have to do the other side too. And, okay, great. I'm just going to take those 2 joints that I put animation on here. I'll just go down to 1, and I'm going to go in here and I'll just delete those keyframes. Yay! Actually, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to go 1, double-click, grab everything, right-click, and delete. Gets rid of all my keyframes and keeps it locked there. And you know what? I'm just going to pause for a second. Okay, got nervous for a second. Okay, and the next thing I want to do, I'm just going to grab this controller, and I'm going to go into Modify, and I'm going to go Add Attribute. And for Add Attribute, I'm going to go in and I'm going to call this, see, I'm going to say like eyelid upper. I'm just trying to decide whether I want to do a blink or, actually just hold on a second, let's just do blink, it's faster. Blink, and this is the left. Blinkle. Okay, and with Blinkle, I'm going to hit default 0 minimum, let's say -10, default or maximum 10, and we'll hit OK. Actually, yeah, blink L, we'll put the other one on later, I'll just hit OK. I was thinking about making the upper and lower eyelid, but I would do that if I was really serious about this character. Because I like splitting things up when I can. And so I'm going to grab those 2 joints, just double click and see if I, or double check rather, and see if I got these. So there's those 2 joints there. And what I want to do is go to Animate, and I'm going to go into Set Driven Keys, Set. So they're sitting right there. I know that I'm going to be using their Rotate X. I'm just going to see something here. Interesting. I'm going to be using their Rotate X, and I'm just going to grab the eye control up here, and I'm going to be putting blink on there, so driver blink O. And we'll say this is going to be their default value, or actually what I should do is look for a good default value of these things. So maybe with this eyelid here, let's grab the rotate tool. So that's good there. And how about eye upper? Grab the rotate X, and I'll bring this up. So I'm going to call this my default position, something like this. And I'll take these 2. We're going to hook their rotate X up to Blinkle, and this is going to be their default. I'll hit key. And I'm going to say, I hear my dogs going crazy in the background. We're going to say when it's at 10, I want my eyelid to be really open. Okay, so I'm going to go as far as I can go. You can see my weighting starting to corrupt back here, so I might do a better job of weighting, but I'm trying to go really, really fast. And my eye lower, let's pull this one down here, something like this. Okay, so I got a big, wide open eye. And I'm going to make sure both of them are selected. Rotate X is selected. I'm going to hit key. And now, when I grab this and I go from 10 to 0, I get this. Okay. Yay! And then I'm just going to go to -10, and I'm going to make sure when I'm at -10 that these 2 joints close. Oops, crap. It says rotate X. We go in and do this. I don't want to make my rotate X move up too much. Your lower eyelid doesn't really move that much. Okay, I'll move this one down here, something like this. Great. And so it's closed, and I'll hit key. Actually, I want to see if that's really good and closed. That's good and closed. I'm not sleeping yet. Okay, great. Key. Actually, I'll make sure both of them are selected when I hit key. Okay, and then I'll do a quick test. Is this working? Blink. -10. Whoop. Okay, so now my eyelid works. Holy cow. So, that's working. So we got that hooked up, and what are we at? 9 minutes. So I got one eye hooked up. So now you see that when I take this and I rotate it around, the eyes look around, and if I grab my blink, whoop, 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 and if I grab my pupils, whoop, I can make my pupils big and small. Okay. And again, I don't want to do too much crazy crap, so I'm going to hesitate on this one. there's a little trick to get your pupils to zero this out. I might have another channel in here that has an offset and have the offset added to the pupil expression. Okay, that would be one way to do it. I could come up with a bunch of different ones, but I'm not going to do that. So what else do we want to do? So we got eyes. I'm going to say that's eyelids part 2, and then I got to do some cleanup in here. I'm not going to do the other one right now. I'll save it.